What's up everyone? My name is Mike and usually I'm teaching guitar online, but today I wanted to address the self-defense videos that are coming out. And I've been doing martial arts since the age of 10, and one thing that I realize is that a lot of people have an unrealistic idea of what works in a self-defense situation. And I wanted to boil it all down to the most simple thing so that you can remember it when it really counts. And one thing that's not going to work is remembering a bunch of techniques in order. So some people are like, if this happens, do this. If this happens, do that. Well, as you know, if you have to sit there and think about something, you pause and you almost paralyze yourself. And that's the last thing you want to do when you're being attacked. So the message I want to get out there is that when something's actually happening to you, you have to go into primal mode. And that means to run away, to scream, to bite, to scratch, to claw, to do whatever you have to do to get away. That should be number one in any self-defense class. I think all this technique teaching is great if you're going to practice it all the time and make it second nature, then it's fine. But how many people are actually practicing these self-defense techniques every single day? I'm sure it's not very many. So for the large majority of the population that don't practice martial arts all the time, I believe you have to boil it down to the simplest ideas possible so that it's accessible when it really counts, okay? So I always tell guys who teach women self-defense classes, what would you do if you were being attacked, let's say by the Mountain from Game of Thrones? You have to go at it from that mindset. Because if you're not going to use the techniques you're teaching, then why are you teaching them, you know? So if it really came down to it and your life was on the line, you'd probably do what Bruce Lee said to do, which is when someone went to choke him, what would you do? He's like, I would bite you. And I don't think they were expecting that answer. I think they were expecting some fancy tornado kick or something. And yeah, you can use your legs in self-defense, but it's not for some fancy spinning kick. It's to run away, to get out of that situation. It's like in knife defense, when they teach that, it's always kind of sketchy because it's like if someone comes at you like this at this angle, you're supposed to do this and all that. Well, guess what? If I see a knife, I'm out of there. You know, if you ever saw that video of that guy knifing that piece of meat to prove what someone can do with a knife in a very short amount of time, you'll see that it's not about blocking the knife and doing a bunch of fancy stuff. It's about getting out of the situation. Throw a chair at them, then run away. Whatever you got to do, just get out of there. So what I really wanted to do with this video is boil everything down to the most basic idea so that when if things go down, hopefully they never do, you'll have that to go to instead of a bunch of techniques that you may never memorize. Or worse, would paralyze you in a very dangerous situation. So I hope this message gets out to the right people. And remember, if you're teaching self-defense online, please remember that just because it seems like it would work in your mind doesn't mean it's actually going to work. Maybe you might want to have someone put on some pads and actually attack you and see if you can still get away, okay? All right, that's all I got. Thanks for watching.